Hey, babe, you want some popcorn? I got. You want? It's not kettle though.
It's
Hold
not.
on, we're about to start. It's about to start.
It's not kettle.
But stop. I'm sorry.
You bring me popcorn that is not kettle.
Babe,
Shh. This. Shh. You do not do this to a queen of Wakanda.
I'm sorry.
Shh. Silence.
If you wonder what kind of gift a good wife gets her husband,
you got handed by Thanos, dude. You're scared.
yes.
So today,
No, I'm not coming out. No.
Ballistic Blade on film, Avengers, Infinity War. Wait, hold on. I'm the Violence Conductor. That's dope. That's a permanent. Today we have special guests.
Lexter Santana, y'all. Learn it, write it, see it on screen.
Wow.
Do we talk into the camera?
Yeah, go inside the camera. Yeah.
Robert. Last name Brown.
Robert
I
Brown.
saw the movie, so
I
I'm
am
going
water
to do this kind of
stunt
stuff.
team.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
am
Yeah,
water.
Stuntman
man
extraordinaire.
does work. Yeah,
I am
whatever.
water
He's
stunt team.
being weirdly modest for some reason.
I'm always this modest. It's hard.
And
Ericka Redic,
How's
Redic
everything?
for president. Coming at you with the female perspective.
and off location we also have random dogs in the ceiling. And
Oh, the doors are closed. Oh, hello. I am Wakanda Barbie. We do not watch movies in the country of Wakanda, South Africa. You're too advanced for this. What we do is the movies play in our minds. Through direct download, virtual. But because I knew I'd be on this show, podcast, Ballistic Blade, these primitive colonizers, I watched a movie for the first time in my entire life. I'm happy to be here.
She slapped me.
yeah, we'll talk about that
She's
later.
also slapped me.
We'll talk about that later.
It's
So
an honor. It's an honor, Lexter, to be slapped by.
Yes.
Oh,
You've
that's
been,
what.
you've been marked by
Fine.
royalty.
Yep.
Be excited about that.
Yep.
So, we're going to talk about Avengers Infinity War, which we just watched at AMC Sunset 15. Shout out to Movie Pass because it is freaking amazing and makes movie watching affordable.
Yes.
So, we're going to start off with plot, which includes camera, that includes what you thought about the acting, all the general stuff. Then we're going to get to the fun stuff later. So, who wants to kick that off? Looks like it's going to be me.
Everybody speak at once.
Yeah.
Everybody talk right now.
Cool. I'll get it going. I know y'all gonna have opinions. I know how y'all are. So, as far as the plot was concerned, if you read any of the comic books, it's not like it's all that. It's not tremendously different. The general story is what the general story is. They have made some modifications because people are not as overpowered as they are in the comic book, and of course, the fights don't go exactly the same way. But it's pretty good. I laughed way more than I thought I was going to laugh. It is clear that they're picking up, what people are liking about things like Thor and things like Guardians of the Galaxy, because all that stuff is super, super evident from day one in this project.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry for interrupting. No spoilers, right? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. I just wanted to clear that up right now.
I mean, let's go. We can go light spoiler.
Don't spoil it.
It's too early in the game, I feel, to spoil anything.
I mean, there's some things I'm not going to be able to dodge, some of my opinions. So it's going to be like, I don't want to give whole plot lines away, but.
Err on the side of caution.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. Hi. I'm sorry,
right.
you can carry
All right, cool.
Some
So,
people die in this movie.
a lot of people
Why?
died.
Why would you say that?
Because that's true.
Total
You
spoiler.
That's most movies.
Who dies? Just people die.
Some people die.
People die in every movie.
Yeah,
I
No,
didn't
that's
know
what
people
extras
were
are
going
there
to
for.
die before I went to see it, and I've seen tons of the trailers.
Yeah, people
Yeah,
died
I
in
didn't
Thor
know.
Ragnarok. People
When-
died in
when-
like
in
Captain
what
America,
trailer?
Iron
We're
Man.
missing the rock guy from Thor and Ragnarok.
Yeah, like people die all the time in these movies.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got it right at the beginning, though.
What?
Nothing, but what we're saying is that the interplay, what I'll say is the interplay between the different characters is actually really, really good. So, you have Doctor Strange, who's a leader in his own right and whatever, and you have people like Tony Stark, who are leaders in their own right. And when they meet up and they have conversations, those personalities are bumping heads.
And it was definitely interesting to see them bump.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Very funny. Very funny.
Of course, I think of all the crews, I think Guardians of the Galaxy had me laughing the most.
The best jokes.
Well, that's pretty standard. Those movies are generally funnier.
Drax is money.
They're usually lighter.
Drax, he can have his own movie. I watched that. He didn't even have to fight anybody. It could just be Drax, like in the laundromat, washing clothes and going to his office job. And I would watch that movie because Bautista is like killing it with that character. So that's really good to me. I don't want to know.
I really like Rocket. Rocket's my man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why.
Because he's angry.
Because I guess I relate the most to Rocket.
Little
'Cause
Rocket.
He's really angry and all the rage I feel on the inside.
He just keeps him out.
I get you, Rocket. I get you.
Got you. The rabbit is your favorite. Got you. So, anything else you want to say about the plot, the camera movement, all that stuff, the comedy, the drama?
There was only... I really enjoyed it. Normally, after a movie, I'll like kind of tear up some of the way that things were shot or some of the scenes. There was only one scene that I remember being like, that was kind of weird when they're like running and they get tripped up by a blast and it like there's like a pause and then they fall. That's the only thing that looks awkward to me.
I got you.
But other than that, I liked how there were multiple storylines going on at the same time. So it wasn't just like multiple characters. It was like there was a storyline over here with these people. There was a storyline over here with these people. There's a storyline over here with these people. And how do they all like
link up?
Come,
yeah, that's just good storytelling. I think Marvel's got that down packed for sure.
Yeah.
DC, you got some work to do, but we ain't talking about that right now.
Yeah, because I watched episodes like 1 through 4 of Black Lightning last night. That's
my God.
It's another
We're not gonna
interesting
talk about
conversation. But moving forward,
moving forward. I thought it was a tremendous piece of cinematography. I think that I liked Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I liked Guardians, but this.
But Rob is not feeling it. He's so upset over here. I can tell.
Are you upset? No, you went. You know, no, but
and then
like,
you slapped your hand.
Everybody liked Thor and the Ragnarok.
No. But I'm trying to make a point here, like because if you thought like Thor Ragnarok was like, oh my goodness, Thor Ragnarok was
we
good
thought it was like what
compared to this movie. Like it was just good. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all got me shaking up already. Good.
Oh my God! And no, but you said the camera work was actually interesting in this one because it was mixed pretty good.
There was actually one camera move that I completely was like, it took me out the movie. It's because they did a Dutch angle. And it was with the Guardians, and I was just like, yeah, and I was like,
which was weird.
You noticed that? I was like,
it felt awkward.
I was like, I didn't really like that
coming
Dutch
off
angle.
the spaceship,
yeah, but
it just felt different than
it was just like 2 seconds. Yeah. I wasn't too worried about it, and like it wasn't that bad, but it was definitely enough to like where I noticed it. Yeah. So it's just.
Yeah, they did do some interesting stuff with the camera. For the most part, all the Marvel movies, camera-wise, have been pretty good. But there was some stuff in this one that was kind of, like, not exactly shaky cam.
Yeah.
But it was mad tight. And I really couldn't exactly see what was happening in, like, the last battle.
Well, Rob and I were talking about how it was just kind of blurry. Like, it was out of focus on certain parts. And it was just, I think that had something to do with it. So.
Yeah, I was going to ask for my money back.
Ooh, wow.
You couldn't tell when we were watching the credits?
Yeah, at the top of the screen.
How there's
clear,
like were moments where it like had like a weird effect.
Yeah.
I wonder if that had something to do with like making it into 3D or if it was something about the way that it was shot for 3D or something like that.
Maybe it was a screening. This probably is.
No, because I actually noticed it. I noticed it the first time that we watched it. But I was like, maybe it's just some weird effect. Like I was like, is some weird effect happening, or is it maybe the screen, or you know.
But there's also people who shoot and they don't want everything to be crystal clear and in ultra focus.
But you gotta know how to do it.
Fix the shot somehow, like throw an effect on it.
I mean, I do not know enough to be able to have an opinion, but you caught it. So anything else you thought about the general overall movie?
No, I thought the plot was good. The movie was good. Action was good. Sam Hargrave did his thing along with everybody else and stuff. It was part of the stunts and stuff on there. I got to hand it to Marvel. I mean, they're the one, I guess, franchise and stuff where people are going to stick around to watch the credits.
Oh yeah,
See, all, what everybody did and contributed to the movie. So
Yeah.
no, that was pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So let's get, since we got Rob here, we'll get some serious opinions from Mr. Lex here on some stunts. We'll start with the stunts this time. So what do you guys think about the stunts of this movie? Who wants to kick us off?
I just told you they were good.
That's not it. You got to get into more
Alright,
detail
look, I'm
than
gonna go
that.
into detail on what Rob said. I think alright. So, what can I say, y'all? Like, I already said what I had to say. This movie, y'all, I cried. Like, I shed 2 tears. Not 1, not 3, 2. So, I think that says a lot. Because, although, I just lost my train of thought a little bit.
We're
But
talking about the stunts. What
Tears.
you think about the stunts?
You
said
said
tears.
tears.
and
The
when
stunts teared him up, man.
The stunts teared you
Seriously.
up?
I just
Or the
thought,
acting
look,
and the
everything
story.
about this,
Passionate
everything
kicking the
it's
groin
just,
just
it
teared
was,
me up too. Yeah.
it was just,
No.
I saw people
So,
falling, and I was like,
this
damn,
is
they
like-
falling so good.
That is
so
real.
good.
It's not just about
Yeah.
on the tears thing though. I don't know if this goes in like the plot section or
all
whatever, but like the acting in these movies is so good.
It is. It's just.
It's so good.
Holland
It's
taking
so
it. He's-
good.
Yeah,
like
I think Tom
you are
was that.
there
Tom made me
with
cry.
them.
Tom made me cry.
Yeah.
He's doing work. He was doing a lot of
Yeah,
work.
he was doing it.
I did think that one chick though was kind of weird on that acting part. The I call her Little Maul, Little Darth Maul. The one of Thanos is horseman with the
the one with the horns?
with the horns or whatever. Okay. I don't know what kind of effects they're using on her face, but she just looked weird.
Her mocap wasn't as
It
good.
didn't look.
I thought it was
get into
interesting.
it.
I thought it was interesting.
Her mouth didn't move
She
like
looked awkward.
as well.
But that's just special effects. I
Anyways.
mean,
That's the stuff.
Anyway,
But-
we're talking about stunts,
Stunts,
though. We're
stunts.
moving on.
Captain America is
Stunts.
Captain Tackle. I don't know who decided that was his deal, but son gets tackled and tackles the most people in any one of these movies. Him and the Hulk are like shoulder checking and tackling people the entire movie. He takes couple of ugly falls. I was like, ooh, that was.
Yeah, there was 1 or 2 falls that I was just kind of like, damn, I thought that that stunt person, like, they felt that one.
Yeah.
They felt it. Because I was just like, dang, like, I don't. It may be effects, y'all. It may be, but it looked legit, which is what it's all about.
True.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
What about you, Rob? What you think about any of that?
Oh, stunts were good.
That was it. Oh my god. So I'm just John.
I don't have a specific part where
Well,
you're just
look,
like, oh, that was just
Like,
great. Or
all I have,
okay,
I
yeah,
just
that's-
don't have anything
Doctor
negative to
Strange.
say.
Wait till the Blu-ray comes out and I can see the behind the scenes and we can see who's falling on pads and
I
see
got
who's
you.
really eating the ground.
Right.
I'm taking a
I
guess.
can't sit there and tell you, if something looks sick or not. It depends on what they're falling on.
If
So.
it's wrong, it's wrong. We'll fix it later when the DVD come out. For now, I'm gonna say what I saw. Everybody took ugly falls, which is dope because in a movie like this, people with special powers, one of the things they did really good in Logan was that if you have people who can heal and are super strong, if they're not taking ugly falls and getting jacked up, there is no point in having characters like that.
Nope.
So Iron Man's getting thrown through buildings. Man, I don't even want to tell you the move. I'm gonna tell you, he pulled like a Marvel vs. Capcom move. I got me hyped in the movie when I can't say nothing about it. It's a Marvel vs. Capcom level move that he put down.
So,
it was raw.
And I think that starts
Video game.
going more into like the moves that they were doing, and so like the fight choreography.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Because they they just mixed the fighting and the abilities so well.
They
like
did do a good job.
Like it was almost like it.
So how hard is it to fight something that's not actually there?
It's pretty hard.
You know, do you know what I mean? Like the creatures or
some of the
like
things
whatever. Like,
there's people in suits for some of that.
is that what it is? Like
some of them there is, but I mean a lot of it's targeting. Like if you go to some of these places like Jam, you'll see actual stunt guys just practicing their moves in the mirror. I mean, and they're having to swing at just imaginary targets. So that also comes down to like motion capturing and being able to work in the motion capturing suits and stuff.
Got it.
But I've literally seen like people that had like on Instagram that were in it, and they're like, "This is me fighting blah as a thing."
Yeah.
So some of those were, I don't know how much of it was there,
Right.
but some of those there was something there.
Well, I mean, even like, and I'm sure this is more acting than it is stunts, but even stuff like, you know, when she goes to like hold his hand or whatever, and it's like his finger, you know, like you're grabbing at things. I mean, it's subtle stuff. Like you're touching things or you're grabbing things that either aren't really there or are bigger or whatever.
I mean, with stuff like that, because of it being such a close-up scene, like those are things that you can have things there, and like you can like cover up with a green screen or like a blue screen and things like that. But when it's like the wider scenes, like whenever you see like the masses, those are all CGI. Like those are just computer generated. Don't even think about it twice.
Yeah,
that was not people.
Got it.
Like, but when it's like the closer things and you want to see some like close-up interaction, that's when you put people in suits.
Got it. Okay.
And so, I mean, as far as the hands are concerned, I'll say Thanos is, I call him, he's the son of the right hand, freaking Ganondorf. It was like all snatching people up and just disrespectfully tossing them. It was overhand rights like champion. I was like, this dude was like, he was haggler. The haggler right. Just, wow, just dropping people. It was amazing. I really enjoyed him. I really liked not Scarlet Witch. Well, actually, Scarlet Witch was actually throwing hands, which really threw me kind of off guard. But it was more so Black Widow. A lot of stuff Black Widow did when she came in. She was getting it in.
She did.
Her little unit, I won't say who's on her team, but her team, when they come in to save a day, they did some team up, tactical, we are a squad, catch these hands. Type maneuver. The Grey Goblin, I don't know what his name is, but he was kind of dope. He was about it. Like they was there for a purpose. Thanos' henchman wasn't trying to like make it
They
epic.
wasn't playing around.
They came in to just lay fools down.
They was gonna wreck house.
Yes.
Right. And so one of the things I will say about the boxing is that Squidward, you know what I'm talking about when you see it, Squidward, he showed you what Jean Grey's supposed to look like.
Yes.
Because Jean Grey, X-Men, pay attention. Jean Grey's telekinetic. Homeboy was moving things around. He was so disrespectful.
So
disrespectful.
So the mashup on that would have been Scarlet Witch against him.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been.
They might. Yes. She, according to this, as strong as they made her, she was the baddest thing breathing on the freaking screen.
He got aliened, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
So speaking of what would be a good team up, why don't we hear from Wakanda Barbie?
Oh yeah, so Wakanda Barbie. Let's see what Wakanda Barbie has to say about it. Interesting point, Wakanda Barbie.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Totally.
Yes. What was that? You are right. They did do some disrespectful things to Team
Now,
Charlie.
what was disrespectful was
feel
you
you.
slapping me. I ain't gonna take that no more. I mean, I don't care if you royalty. I don't care what you are. Well, you got some nice garments on your head and whatnot, but I don't like that.
Yeah, well.
And what's your take on that, Wakanda Barbie, from this young ruffian?
Oh, say that again. Say that again. Say that again.
Hey.
Calm down.
Hey.
PG-13.
Okay.
Yes.
We're all friends here.
Yes.
But on that note, one thing I did will say is about in the Wakanda battle scene, I was looking for more actually I don't feel like Black Panther got to shine as much as I would have liked him to shine.
Especially coming off of his
like
movie.
His suit, could just throw all that force back and when he just gets smacked around, but
Yeah, and
they didn't really play on that this time around.
Yeah.
it wasn't as nice.
Which I'm kind of glad.
No. I think if they
True,
had it, would have been a little overplayed. But I liked how they did things. The choices they made, I thought were good choices. They stuck to the characters, which was also a big deal for me, just because like some of these other movies, they'll try to like do something that similar to the character, but they stray too far because of story reasons. And Marvel did not do that. They were like, no, this is what it is. We're gonna stick to these characters. The story like just went smoothly because of that, and I enjoyed it.
Is that the shield Captain America has in Infinity War though? Because I didn't like the shield situation they put him in.
Well, because
I ain't like it.
it was
I ain't like
it
it.
was a Wakanda shield.
Whatever. It was like armor. It wasn't even like
It wasn't
shield.
like, you know, his shield, he's like throwing it,
Throwing-
jump
it's like
kick,
a part
commander
of
roll,
his
snap.
whole,
It's
like,
the thing. And
But
deal.
I mean, but
when you take
I
that
get-
away,
I
he
get-
doesn't.
I
He
get
no
that.
longer fights like Captain
That's why you gotta
America.
tackle people, dude.
I get that. I get that. But for
And
this,
just beat
but
people.
What happened to his shield?
That's
what
Tony
I'm saying.
Stark took it.
That's what I'm saying. And
but
so it's
it's
just like
apparently doesn't
vibranium.
belong
They
to
can
him.
make him another shield.
right. But are you gonna stop this war to make an entire shield right now? I don't
Yes,
think so.
it's
You're
Wakanda.
look, get this
No,
man a shield,
baby. I don't
and
think it
that's
works
it.
that way.
It's
Like,
Wakanda. I'm just saying.
I
It's
got
Wakanda.
you.
They could have given the man.
When
a
you're
shield.
in
Except
the
they
middle
gave him
of-
two
it, like,
new ones.
Like when your
They
planet
did
is
say,
about to
hey, get this
explode.
man his shield.
I didn't like.
Like when your planet's about to explode, I don't think making a shield is the priority. I
think
just
it
don't
is.
think so.
Captain America.
So
It is a
Ben
priority.
is a fan
No.
of the frisbee,
Yeah.
and you know everything
'Cause
that came
he's-
into play with.
He's the
frisbee
only one that
type
fights that
shield.
way.
Yeah, no,
I
actually,
got
I'm
you.
saying, like nobody else.
I hear what you're
No,
saying.
I get it.
So
No,
here's the
I-
thing.
no.
So here's the deal.
What
So
is
this
this?
was
Spider-Man pointed
not.
that out. He's
This
like-
movie was not about Captain America shining.
Don't matter.
It's not a
Don't
Captain America
matter.
movie. It's the
Don't
Avengers.
matter. It's like Cyclops. You know what? We're just not gonna give him a visor. He's just not gonna be able to do his thing. Cyclops throw taekwondo kicks. That's not Cyclops.
That's
I wanna see
actually
him
like
do the thing
legitimately
and
not
throw
even
at
close
people.
to the same thing.
It's totally the same.
Not even a little bit.
Captain America is a projectile fighter.
I got you.
No projectiles.
But to compare that to Cyclops,
Actually, he's a military guy. His thing is not projectiles. His thing is also hand-to-hand
guns,
combat.
flying
he's a
shields.
soldier.
You can't even say military guy because he didn't go in there with any kind of guns, no grenades, no knives, no nothing.
That's
He has a shield, and when
Okay.
you take his shield away, he has what?
hand-to-hand combat.
Speed.
All right,
That's not
and then
military.
he's a super enhanced soldier. What do you mean? What do you want the guy to do? Yeah, he could throw a grenade, or he could just punch you and kill you. That's it.
No.
Yeah.
I did like that. Him
Like,
and Black
you
Panther
know what I'm
outdid
saying?
everybody.
Yeah, they did the birds. They were.
They did. They do.
But here's the thing, like, where's Bucky? I thought Bucky
so-
had that speed. Where's
Bucky does
at?
have that speed.
And they made Vision a punk in this movie.
Oh
How
yes.
good was
He
that?
was live in every
Is it
other
because
deal.
no? But I think it's
No, it's
because
once
he
you fall in
got
love, you become a punk.
that. Is, oh my God, Robert Brown! I'm going to fight you. I am going to fight you right now.
There was
You
a
want that edge, America. If you want to get that edge and be that badass
Do
you can
not
be,
listen
Yeah.
to him.
don't
not
let
fall in
him win and
Garbage.
take that shit away from you, man.
This
You
is
fall in love, you become a punk.
This is one thing we do talk about a lot
Especially with
in
a
movies,
witch,
though.
y'all.
But
Don't fall in
seriously,
love with a
no.
witch.
But we're
Don't fall in
talking.
love
This is
with
a
a witch.
serious point I have with like all movies. It's like when you have a hero, he's supposed to be the hero, and I'm supposed to root for the hero, and like your girl is on the line, and like the whole planet, which includes your
His girl
girl,
was
is
not
on the line.
No, his girl
Yeah.
was not on the
Yes,
line.
she was.
Stop. At
Wait,
no point.
Wait.
No,
If you
he's
look at-
telling a story
If you
about
look at the
when that
situation
happened.
and what they're fighting for, absolutely she was
Okay,
on
I
the
feel
line.
that. Okay.
That's the whole point. And all
Well,
these
but
wait, let me finish. In these cataclysmic stories, everybody's girl's in the line. So if I gotta pick between just saving my girl or killing the villain, who's gonna murder everybody? I'm like, that's not like you can't just be like, you know what, let me just stare in your eyes. No, man, go shoot homeboy in his face. Like you can't just do
I
that.
just want you to know
You're
that
not a hero when you do that.
I just want you to know that as my husband, I'm okay that you go save the world instead of me. But know
It's
that
not
I will
romantic.
resent you for it.
That's fine.
And
but
I'll
you'll
be waiting
maybe
for
allowed
you
to resent me for it.
In heaven, and I will make you pay for it.
I'm
I
that comment.
Priorities.
No, but seriously,
Priorities.
I don't think that had anything to do with why Vision started in this movie. It was because he got
He went from the
shanked.
savior of the Age of Ultron to the bitch of Infinity Wars.
He got shanked
I couldn't
though.
phrase that better.
Okay, but he got fixed.
Did he get fixed? Because he was
Somebody fixed him.
I don't know. He was still like.
And then after that, she was just
Right,
like, you know what? You just keep getting
Cause
stabbed.
look,
I
he
ain't
had
doing this
this
shit no
little,
more.
he had this little dark spot right here the entire time, and I was just like,
but he
what was
wasn't
that little
holding
dark
it
spot
anymore.
from?
Yeah.
No, cause
No, dude, he never got healed because he was still limping and people were still having to carry
Okay, let me
him.
help you out with it. The Fool has a robot body that's already powerful and an Infinity Stone. There is no excuse for him not to have been laying somebody down.
Okay,
Well,
well then,
he wasn't
then
laying
tell me.
nobody
Okay,
It had
I-
nothing to do with being in love then.
No,
so somebody
because-
else
No,
explain.
that's a different problem.
No. Consider.
Explain
wait,
what else it
hold
could
on.
be.
Logic. Consider logic real quick. What happened that caught him off guard to leave him vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, once that happened, he was already at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? And then from that, like, yeah, they came in, they rescued him or whatever, but they still had some work to do. And, like, they're still getting attacked. So it's just kind of like, when you put all that into perspective,
I don't know. He literally said that it's not regenerating. He said, like, I'm not, or I don't know if that's the right word, but...
I couldn't...
Infinity Stone. That's all I'm going to say about all that.
Considering the fact there is a human woman that is literally in love or been doing God knows what with a freaking robot, which is just like a 10,000 upgrade from a vibrator or whatever.
Look, they're both freaks.
I mean, it didn't make sense for them to be anywhere involved whatsoever. That part.
I was going to let that ride. He did have like the only romantic moment in the movie, and he was a robot.
no, he didn't. He had a romantic moment.
He did not have a not compared to Vision.
I mean, not compared to Vision, but he had a romantic moment.
Vision was laying the game down.
He was
The smoldering
eyes,
things,
That's
the
true.
angle.
Yeah, he's
I was
very
like, wow,
romantic.
the most players to do in the game goes to Vision. Wow. Well played, sir. But I mean, as far as the rest of the stuff, the hands were pretty good. I did feel like I felt like Thanos could have been more alive, right? In the sense that when you watch like there's an animated movie it was Batman, not Batman, it was like Superman, Supergirl or whatever. It was one of the DC ones.
Oh, the Apocalypse.
And when Darkseid shows up, Darkseid plays no games at all. He's their equivalent of Thanos. And he's like, boom, 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 uppercut, fly up, stomp. As I stomp you, laser beam in the face, land, laser beam in the face, kick across the screen, laser beam. He's vicious. And I thought Thanos was going to go like that hard.
But Thanos is just a Titan. Him being a Titan means he doesn't necessarily have powers other than just being a superior being.
No, he does have some extra stuff going on. He's got the gauntlet.
I mean, he's got the gauntlet, but aside from
to go live.
Okay, but aside from the gauntlet, he's just a superior being in general.
And technology, and boom tubes, and he got all this crazy stuff.
Wakanda has technology, like the Avengers have technology, bro. But it's just like all these other like the Asgardians had technology, Wakanda has technology. They all have technology. Yeah, when they all have technology, that doesn't really matter anymore.
It does matter.
Then if you go to the powers, okay, well then a lot of them have powers, and a lot of them have been super amped at this point because it's like you know what I'm talking about. So it's just like at that point, then powers don't really matter. So what's the next level? He's just a regular being, y'all.
But that's not.
They're all just fighting.
But none of that matters. None of that has anything to do with what I'm talking about.
That you wanted more from him.
He did boom, 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 cut, pop. Boom, 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 punch, grab throw, which was fun. But here's the thing, that was all fun. I'll give you an example. The Hulk brawls harder than Thanos does. In every movie you've ever seen him in, when he snatched Loki up, did he throw him across the building, or did he smash? He was disrespectful with it. I expected Thanos to
motives were different though.
Yeah, very different motives.
Wait.
That does matter.
No, it does matter.
When he first started, what did this guy say when he got in that first fight? Let him have his fun. Why? He doesn't even have to touch down on the planet to do half the stuff. Most of the stuff Thanos was doing in that movie, if he wanted to be a nice guy, he could have wiped people out without getting all up in the mix of it and grabbing them by their face and talking all that smack.
I mean, obviously not.
He wanted the box.
So
he wanted the box.
No, but okay, look, because I think I don't like what you're saying. So
okay,
look, I don't have to. Look, it's just as simple as this. Thanos is just a Titan. He has a gauntlet which has stones that have power, right? Okay, bam. That's just the foundation right there. Boom. Take that away. He's just a regular person. He's just a Titan.
He's not a regular person.
He's a Titan. He's a Titan.
That's like saying Loki's a regular dude.
I get that.
He's not a regular dude.
But what are Titans?
He's a god.
Can I speak?
He's a god.
Can I speak?
He's a god.
Can I speak?
Thanos
is a god. He's a Titan.
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
Okay. If you know about gods, you know that they descend from the Titans, and they were able to defeat the Titans because they aren't that powerful. Okay? So that's number one. That's just a history lesson. Okay? So that's number two. Okay, number two. Number two.
Go ahead, continue.
Number two.
Terribly inaccurate.
Is it?
I read a lot of Greek and Roman
mythology.
Bro,
okay, then explain. Okay,
the Titans were not less powerful than the gods.
I didn't say they were less powerful. I said they weren't that much more powerful.
Yeah, they were.
Bro,
Gods had special tools. That's how
they
Zeus
had to
and
team up
Olympus
to
beat them.
defeat them. They had to team up to defeat them. I know the story too.
Okay.
So it's just like,
with
okay.
special equipment. The Titans didn't have special equipment to fight them.
Oh, I'm sorry. And the Avengers, the Wakandians, the Asgardians, they weren't using special weapons.
That's my point.
It's out of
the
this
Titans
world.
are more powerful than the gods that you're talking about. That's why the Roman guys and the Greek guys had to have equipment.
When y'all watch
That's
the
why
movie,
Hades had to
y'all
have
know who
special
to agree
stuff.
with.
That's why Poseidon had to have
That's
special
okay.
stuff. That's why Hephaestus, the Vulcan, had to build equipment to fight.
I know about all these things.
Exactly.
But
So
okay, so the Wakandians, what did they have?
So what you're saying is, without all the power,
No, these are
Thanos was already more powerful. He's dark side without the gauntlet.
He's not, because he doesn't have those abilities.
He doesn't, but he's the equivalent.
So he's
of
not an
Darkseid.
equivalent because
He's
he
a
doesn't
matter-
have those
he's a
abilities.
master
Okay,
strategist.
so now you guys are talking about stuff that has nothing to do with.
We
the
are.
comics.
We're talking specifically about
No.
Titan is not even. I mean,
No.
Thanos is not even
No.
a regular character. He's
a
not a
Titan.
normal
He's a
guy.
Titan.
He's not even a normal Titan.
But that's it. He's
He
a Titan.
was a
What makes
top
him-
tier dude before that. He
What
was
makes him
already
not
a tough
normal
guy.
Titan?
He was already a tough guy. He was already a tough guy. It's not that he has the gauntlet is why all those people follow him. He was already
Yeah, because
powerful.
obviously he's a Titan. He has some power to him, but that does not make him an unbeatable person.
It's not unbeatable.
And so what you're saying is it's kind of what
Go
you're
ahead.
going to it,
No,
because
no.
if he was more powerful than he was in the movie,
Okay.
right? Then there would have been no way to defeat him, because of, we already saw the outcome, and so it's just like, bam, you wanted to make him more powerful, but he doesn't need to be more powerful. He's as powerful as he needs to be.
You said nothing about what I was talking about. So let me get back to my
Okay.
point. My point was that, and I'm just being that serious with you. Captain America brawls harder than Thanos. Black Panther brawls harder than Thanos.
Because they have to.
Stop, let me finish. Thor brawls harder than Thanos. No, they don't. Captain America, when he fought Homeboy on the thing, dropped his shield, ran up to that side gator push kick, didn't have to do that.
So you want him to trick?
No, let me finish. He throws hands. People box hard in the movies. Thanos has enough power to box Hulk straight up. His people were disrespectful when they fought because they were villains. Other people were disrespectful when they fight, when they're villains. Thanos was not nearly as mean and as brutal. And even in the comic books, he doesn't kill people the way that he kills them in this movie. It's not, I don't even want to give it away, but I would say when you go read comic books and you see the way that Thanos ends people's lives, it's not the way he does it in Infinity Wars. And that's what I was
they had to
expecting.
keep it PG-13. That's for one. And
Maybe.
number two,
People got shanked.
that's it.
People got shanked. People got necks broken. Freaking Nebula.
Okay, but what would have been
Nebula
up
studied
what would have been the
Steven
next
Seagal.
level? But what would have been the next
Nebula
level?
can do this.
What would have
and
been the
just
next
stop
level?
the neck.
What would have been the next level?
Exactly
Not
what I just said.
PG-13. Not PG-13.
They already did all that stuff.
But
People got
here's the thing.
stabbed in
Oh
the
my
back.
God, you guys are literally.
No, because you're arguing my
No,
opinion.
you're
you can't,
yelling.
You can't.
You
You
guys
can't.
are
Wait. Let me
yelling.
finish. You can't argue my opinion. My opinion is that in everything I've ever seen Darkseid in, he's not a nice guy who's noble and just drops you and moves around. He's a freaking villain.
Right.
He drags you. I didn't see Thanos do that.
Okay, so I'm not arguing your opinion. I'm just saying that my opinion is the one that I believe to be like the better choice.
Cool.
Just because, your opinion is fine. That's fine.
What is your
Okay,
But
so
my opinion is that
moving
Thanos
on.
was great just the way he was, because he was powerful. He did some great moves, especially when he was fighting the Hulk. I was like, okay, I see
That's
you.
like 10 seconds.
All right, but I liked it. And then, all right, if he had done, and the motives, I mentioned motives earlier, because motives, you're like comparing him to Darkseid. Darkseid did not have the same motives as Thanos, and the motives really do matter, because when your motive is not to just obliterate everything, then you have to consider, okay, well, that's why he's not doing this, that's why he's not doing that, that's why he's being cautious. He understands the power and ability of the people he's fighting,
Okay.
and he respects that. He even said it. He's like, I respect you, and that's why I'm letting you live.
Exactly.
So,
Nothing to do with throwing hands at all. But I got you. That's cool. That's a cool opinion.
So
I
you're
agree.
how does that not have to do with
It's
throwing
good. It's
hands?
good. It's good. I agree. I see what you're saying.
But how does it not have to
Listen,
do with throwing hands?
I see what you're saying. Don't agree with it. So anybody else have any opinions on the fighting of it?
I'm trying to recover from the level of anger that's coming on.
There's no
There's
anger.
There's no anger.
I'm angry now.
Oh.
Cool. So overall, I would say as far as plot is concerned, I'm going to give the movie a 4 out of 5. I can't give it a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 is a perfect film. I don't feel like it was a perfect film. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5 plays. How many plot, the general stuff, what would you give it overall?
5. It gets extra credit.
Stunt-wise, I would give it, as far as I can tell, Rob, we can't tell what CG was. I'll give it, I say 4. I'll give it 4.
Oh, I thought we were just giving it for the whole thing. Not what we're
breaking it down section by section.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was an overall
I give it a 4 out of 5 on the stunts. And people took some pretty good spills. It was exciting. People had some skills in there. Put a lot of stunt guys to work. Always appreciate that. Thank you guys for that. 4 out of 5. What'd you say?
The stunts include like all of the like things being thrown around and like.
No, it's more so the people's moves. Yeah, the people doing stuff that
actually thrown around. Is it like the person being thrown around?
Or the stuff and
Not the stuff.
like it, you know, like flinging things at each other and cars crashing and all that stuff. Those are really good. I was like, ah! I screamed a bunch of times.
All right.
I did.
If you're screaming, it's probably some kind of stunt somewhere in there. So.
Yeah.
It's an
Like that.
interesting interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd say at least like 4.5. I always want to see people kind of like getting like a little bit more tough or like whatever, but I will say, especially for me personally, the women in this movie, like Black Panther was really good, and then the movie was really good as far as the women being represented and actually being tough and not being big sissies, and I felt like the women really got represented well in this movie. Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, what is the leader of the Black Panthers, the Kingsguard? Yeah, well anyway,
y'all know who she is.
She's wicked badass.
Michonne.
Yeah. All of the ladies in this movie did a really good job of just whooping ass, and so I like that.
Also,
like
just
taking
thinking
hits,
about
like
it.
not just whooping ass, but taking
Where was
hits.
his homegirl at?
Oh, yeah.
His love interest from the last
wife or girlfriend, wife?
T'Challa's love interest from Black Panther. She was not there.
I don't know.
Well, I
Angela
mean,
Bassett
after you betrayed the king,
Well,
I
you're
figure
the
you're not
first-
just gonna get off that easy. I mean,
No, she didn't betray him. There was kissing in that.
when
His love interest.
whose
Black
love
Panther.
interest?
Black Panther.
Oh, Black Panther. I thought you were saying about his guard.
No.
No, she was
Cause
there.
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, cause like when they like in Black Panther when they, I don't know how to explain.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But
No,
you
no,
know
no.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I actually know what you're talking about. Just don't worry about that. No, his wife, wife or whatever. She must be, because she's the first lady. You know, she would have been off on some diplomatic mission or something like that.
I mean, they had everybody and their dog in this movie, so
There's a lot of
maybe they
folks.
just missed one. I don't know.
Yeah. Some
Okay,
people
maybe
need-
that's what it is.
Ant-Man
I'll give
wasn't
it- I'll
in
give
it,
it-
and-
Well, they said he was benched. They said he was benched for.
Yeah, and
Like
the
on
Hawkeye.
house
Yeah, they
Yeah.
revealed that.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Ant-Man would have did something. I don't know what Hawkeye would have did. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
Shot some arrows.
I mean, they might have made him alive.
I feel like
a
nah,
quirky speech.
it would have died.
They did kill a lot of black people in this movie. I ain't gonna say who. There's a lot of black death in this film. I have some emotions about that. I'm gonna just let that hang in the air for y'all. I got some emotions about that. So, okay, so we get the last one.
A lot of white people also died too, though.
They don't care about that.
I'm just saying,
For
like,
the moment,
if you take an average, if you take percentage of characters that got killed at the end.
I don't know. I took a tally. I don't know.
I feel like those percentages can't be like those aren't because the compare like the percentage like the amount of white people in the movie compared to black and the amount of black that died compared to white. Like it's just those ratios don't add up.
A lot of white people died too.
But compared to the amount of black people in the movie in total.
Does that matter to the ratio? I
I'm
don't want to
just
give nothing
saying,
away. I'm trying to not give it away.
Percentages.
Trying to not give it away.
Also, that's,
I
mean, you know, Hollywood,
We
I
already
know
how
that
it
you're
is.
trying to get
know
people
how
involved, but I get
Oh,
that you still have to kill off all the black characters at the end. I mean, that's just your lot.
Look, if y'all want to kill me off in a movie, I'm fine with that. Just I ain't complaining.
One thing we didn't add about the fighting. I did have some emotions about the lack of use of the Infinity Stones. I'm just saying, I have some feelings about how if it's the end of the world and this dude's gonna wipe everything out.
Does anybody know how to use them though?
Yes,
I mean, other
they
than
have literally already used them in the
they
other
do.
movies.
They do.
Yes, they did.
Like
and so they just
like the
didn't.
Guardians for sure, Doctor Strange for sure. Who else?
Vision.
Loki and Thor for
in
sure.
the Guardians, they wouldn't know how to use the stone of David.
Yeah, they would. Because afterwards they turned it into.
All they would know how
turned-
to do is hold it
No,
together. What
okay.
the hell are you talking
But
about?
they
wouldn't know how to
gave him
use
that.
it.
No, they gave him the history behind it. So I feel like with the
But
right
they couldn't
equipment,
use it.
they could have just
Disney
as
was feeling
easily.
people couldn't even
I feel
hold
like
it.
they could have
Look,
just as
normal humans
easily.
can hold it, but-
Yeah, I know.
Just can't hold it right.
Yeah, but people seem to be able to use these things. I'm just saying, I felt like I would have been trying to use a
You
stone.
can contain it somehow.
Oh yeah, and that little egg. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Anyways,
Oh, stunts.
no.
Was that
did
it?
you give-
Out
did
of
you give it a
5?
rate?
Oh yeah,
You should give it
4.
4.5.
4.5. Okay. So as far as hands are concerned, man, I have a hard time giving this one a 5. Not because it didn't have dope stuff. It's just that there is still some missed
You want it
opportunities.
better.
Yeah, because you got to remember, like we're like how many movies in by now? So I'm expecting more hands. Not from like there was a lot of fights. When I watched it, there was a lot of fights, a lot of good use of the team up attacks, whatever. People worked well together like they did in the other Avengers. There were just certain people I was really expecting to like really get it in. Like Black Panther is one of those examples.
Yeah.
I was really thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna have a whole lot of fun in these sequences. I thought the Hulk was.
well, I mean, the Black Panther.
I thought the Hulk was gonna give us some gold. That is not okay. That is not okay.
It is okay. Matter of fact, I love what you did with the Hulk.
No.
Love it. I love it. You know
Get
why?
this man
You
out of
know
here.
why? I love what you
You know
did
what?
with the Hulk
You're
because
done.
it's like throughout
Rob,
the
you
whole.
stand at your place.
No, because
I'm done with this.
listen. At the beginning of the story, at the beginning of the movie, they were like, "Oh, we got a Hulk. Okay, how many times can you use that?"
Every single
No,
time.
that gets old. Bro, that gets old. That gets old. No.
They had 3 Hulks on their
It
screen.
literally never
What are they
gets
gonna use?
old.
Bruce Banner? Bruce
Exactly.
Banner? Is that what
They
they're
had
gonna
3
use?
Hulks
I mean,
on their
that's what
screen.
He is
They
really
said in
smart.
Thor, he's
I
like,
thought-
I'm very useful in the
I mean,
battle.
I'm not saying completely take Hulk out because they didn't. I mean, they didn't completely take Hulk out. But what I'm saying is, I like to see a little bit of Bruce. I liked it. I liked it.
Well, he's also like
He's a
super
genius.
genius
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Why
No
isn't
man
he
literally
used
compares to
for,
like every other genius in the world. Like, so
strategy
why,
and,
you know?
like,
building
Thanos Hulk,
stuff and
You had whatever the other big dude is with the active version of Hulk, and we
Yeah,
had no Hulk.
No
That's
Hulk.
true.
We had no Hulk.
And
All,
he
all I gotta say though is Thor.
He did get it in. I don't know if that's Odin Force, what that's supposed to be, but Thor was live.
Thor was live, yeah, he was live. Especially at the end, y'all.
Yeah,
he
he
really
was-
did.
he was live.
He came.
We need a
like-
Thor prequel. Speaking of which, I can't give that away either. Dang it. He made a comment about his best friends, whose best friends is, and I was like, yo, didn't you have like 3 other best friends who died in another movie, and you just like didn't even like give them an honorable mention?
But
You remember that? That's what I'm thinking with Thor. Like his homeboys died, his whole squad
so much
died.
dialogue. You can't go through this whole.
Yeah, it
Bro,
is
that
a
dude-
2.5-hour movie.
that dude
If you
said
have
how
all
old
that-
he is. Yeah, exactly.
No,
You
I'm
get
talking
that
about
one.
that was the
People.
Warriors 3 is
Probably not alive right
was
now.
his group. You know what I mean? Just saying the Thor and the other Thor, he didn't even make reference to them.
Yeah, but they also died out very terrible. Like, yeah, they just like were standing there.
That is one of the other things I did want to bring up
Black actors.
with the villains is that I wanted the villains to die worse. I expected, again, this is where it comes with the hands. This is what I'm talking about. Like the animated shows do a very good job. Most of the other movies did a really good job, maybe except for Black Panther on this. People have real satisfying deaths and beatdowns. When a villain is wilding out and murking people and doing whatever, I want to see him do people wrong and then get done wrong. I want to see you get tremendously dragged.
Like what
for
you did
mine.
times 10 kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see murder. So I'm expecting that, and I didn't feel like some of the bad people really got it as bad as they could have. But also, like I said, I didn't feel like the heroes got it as bad as they should have got it either. I wanted to see total war. I want to see brutality. I want to see 300. I want to see disrespect. And I just didn't feel like the bad. It was like clutch hits on the villains that died in this movie. I mean,
what you want is Marvel to go rated R. Is what you want. Like honestly, like you want more
It's not
disrespect,
rated
more
R.
gore, more.
it's not rated
Yes.
R.
They've done it though.
Captain America does it. The people beats the crap out of people. He
Yeah, but
whooped
Deadpool's
Tony
rated
Stark when he fought him.
Deadpool's a whole nother monster. Go see
Deadpool is-
Deadpool.
you
That's gonna be a
can't-
good
you
movie.
can't talk about that.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm talking about. In other Marvel movies or whatever, the heroes do put hands on people. It ain't like we fought dead even and then I got a luck move in. It was like, nah, I whooped you.
Like, but it's still Marvel. Marvel does, it's just like, yeah, like in the past they've done like little bits because it hasn't even been like the entire movies has been like that unless you talk about Deadpool. But it's just like, it's still, Marvel's still mostly like upbeat and like it's light and it's not like that. So to try to do that differently,
Disney now.
I mean, it would be to change Marvel. It would be to change Marvel. Is what I'm saying.
Well, it really does. It depends on what is your goal, what kind of people are you trying to bring in. I mean, they broke the record for the most movie ticket sales in a first weekend. It is a given, but it's also if you make it rated R, then you don't need to do that.
I don't know why y'all keep talking about rated R movies.
Because you want
no,
more
because I
action.
watch 85 million Kung Fu movies. They're not rated R, but people still get hands put on.
Kung Fu.
Punching people in the mouth is not rated R.
But that's what you expect from a fighting movie.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This is a fighting movie.
It's a superhero.
Okay, let me get.
Okay.
No, let me finish for a second.
No.
I'm gonna finish this thought right now. Thanos and Hulk, when they fought, were they not punching people in the face? What does Captain America do with his shields in his hands? Punch people in the face. Everybody, his whole thing's an action movie. So when I want to see people really lose a fight, i.e. when you watch Captain America and Bucky Barnes fight Iron Man, people got whooped when that happened. That wasn't a casual scrap. That's what I'm not.
That was a three-person fight.
So let me be clear. I'm not talking about blood. I'm not talking about murder. I'm not talking about decapitating people and finishing Mortal Kombat moves, 4 down, 4 A, and Sub-Zero. I ain't talking about all that. I'm just talking about. I am wanting to see a little more with those exchanges versus like dead even fights and then a clutch move. Dead even fights and then a clutch move. And when you're dealing with Thanos and like the villain, maybe you'll have to pull that off. Like what hell? You got to pull off a move because she's so powerful. But his minions, I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting. Hulk did it in every movie we're talking about.
Here's what I do know. We have literally been talking for like an hour.
Cool. Because we get to do that. So, I'm going to give it hand-wise. I'm going to give overall, I give it like a 3 out of 5 blades. I really enjoyed it, but I can't say it's the most entertaining action-wise as far as like legitimate hand exchanges of all the movies that I've watched. I probably still have to get, that's probably like still like the first Avengers or one of those. I just couldn't give it that. I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad, but I don't think it was the best one for somebody who wants to watch fight like hand-to-hand combat and use the powers in that way. That's just me. So I might be all on my lonely on that one, but it is what it is. So overall, I'm still gonna give the movie like 4. It's still like a 4 out of 5. It comes in at like 3.5, I think. But it's 4 out of 5 blades for the Violence Conductor. Everybody else, I think you gave it like a 4.
I would say, yeah.
He gave it
Overall,
6.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 6.
4.5 out of 5.
I don't trust. I will never trust one of his reviews of a movie again. As far as like, is it going to line up with mine? I'm like, if Lexter thinks it's good, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to expect it to have a high score. I can give it a 6. A 6?
Look, y'all.
A 6 is perfect. Oh my God, Bob, what'd you give it overall?
Oh, 4.
So 4, 6. So
I said, no, I'm going to go 4.5.
4.5.
I mean,
It gets extra
to
credit
be fair,
for
and
certain
full
things.
disclosure, y'all, I mean, I know I'm an actor. I just don't watch that many movies. So when I do watch one, I just think it's thebomb.com, you know? So.
Suddenly everything
Don't
makes
take
sense.
away, no, don't take away your opinion like that.
I'm not,
That's
no, my
not
opinion's
taking
still my
away.
opinion.
You
Like, I
just
still
say
think
he's
it's
dead.
bomb.com.
He's giving some background for why he might fall where he falls.
I think it's a really dope movie.
I do more
like-
fight choreography than anything else, so I'm always harsher on hands than anything else whenever I do.
Well,
review.
you know, maybe
Hands
you're
in
too
general.
harsh.
Nope, I'm never too harsh because I'm nice on everything else, and I still say movies are good. And I appreciate anybody who finishes a film, start to finish, you automatically get points for that because it's a difficult process. And a movie like this with all the CG and all these, just the logistics of a film like this is ridiculous. It's like 7 minutes of credits. Like 7 minutes.
Why is it?
What's up? Anyways, so
Wait, we didn't ask Wakanda Barbie what her overall
that's
score
right.
was.
Wakanda Barbie. How are you weighing in on the total overall scores?
Oh, sorry. I was just levitating. We have technology like that in Wakanda. Maybe you colonizers will have it in next 20 years. Shh. I'm kidding, but not really. So, I think, like the boy with the weird hair said, that the movie overall was about a 6. It is a great movie. It takes place in Wakanda. It is important for people to understand the greatness of Africa, and more specifically, Wakanda. In addition to this, the camera work and all of those things were good, but we could have used more focus onto black people in the movie. As we all know, the more black people you add to the movie, the better the movie is. So, I give it a 6. Could have been better with more black people, but it was good enough. Also, shh, colonizers, I give interview here. In addition to this, when it comes to the stunts and the fighting, could have used more sickle sword, more use of Kapesh, show the superiority of Wakanda's forces to crazy, weird, mutant lizard people and the colonizers. But it was good enough for now. We don't want to overwhelm you with the greatness of Wakanda. Also, that the part where T'Challa was racing against the colonizer, leader of the colonizers, Steve Rogers. As you can see, T'Challa, the king, was the fastest thing on the screen. As it should be, because he's from Wakanda. So, overall I give movie 6 because it showed how great Wakanda really was. It's a pretty good depiction of South Africa's.
Anyways, so that's our review, a super long review of Infinity War. This has been Ericka Redic, the Violence Conductor, Lexter Santana, Robert Stephen Brown, Stuntman Extraordinaire, Iron Water Stunt Team, Ericka Redic, Redic the President, Melissa Blade, we out.